Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a topic video a little earlier this week. So just as that Young Justice video I did 2 weeks ago, this will be the topic video for the week, so I won't have a topic video Thursday. But I wanted to talk about a project I've been working on, which is my own script actually. I did my first script. Here was the first draft for it, and I want to give you guys a little perspective of it, a little bit about it, and you know, what it took me to do it. So I did do this for class actually. I took a screenplay writing class, which was really cool. And it's more not really learning how to make a screenplay, but more workshopping a screenplay and making your own screenplay. So I actually did make my own screenplay, you know, how to come up with the outline, how to come up who are my characters, and really think about it and make a screenplay. So I thought that was a great opportunity to do that, and you know, I really enjoyed the whole entire experience. And I have to say, when I wrote my outline, I had one idea, and once I finished it, I had a totally, completely different idea. And it did change the story a lot, but I think that was the one fun thing about all of this. It's like, this is what I want to do, and then it's like, whoa, but the story totally changed. So my script is called Like Father, Like Daughter. I'm obviously not going to talk that much about the story. I'll talk a little bit about it, but I don't want to, like, give spoilers or anything. But it's a 90-page script. This is, again, the first draft, so I still have to reread everything, you know, make corrections, probably give it to some people, show, like, oh, do you like this, you know, what should I change, and then change it from that, and then polish it, and then it should be all done, and then it'll be a completely finished script. But yeah, so it's called Like Father, Like Daughter. It is a superhero story, of course. That's my favorite genre. But what I wanted to do with this is kind of like a Cabin in the Woods Scream series, where it's poking fun at the superhero genre, and I've actually just wrote an essay on something else about satire and how you love a genre when you make fun of it, or you love anything when you're making fun of stuff, because that's really, in my opinion, if I'm making fun of something, I personally love that subject. I know so much about that subject, I can make fun of it. And in a way, I kind of make fun of the superhero genre. I poke fun at it a little, but of course making a whole different story at the same time, and I hope that's what direction it does go into. And I make, of course, a lot of comic book references, because there is a geekier character here that will make a lot of comic book references, which will help our main character explore who she is. And yeah, I hope it's more of a Scream thing, you know, having its own story, but also kind of poking fun of the horror genre, but again, because you love the horror genre. What else do I want to say? I have a lot of twists and turns in the end of this story. I would say this whole series is about, you know, a girl and you know, our main superhero finding their origins, you know, and I think with most superhero stories, most superhero movies, it's always like, here's our origins, throw it at you, this is what an origin is, but really, do you ever search for your origins? No, and these two characters have to search for their origins to find out who they are, and of course it's in a high school based thing, so we also have high school drama, but it's also superheroes and other things which I can't spoil, but there's totally making something totally different with who our villains are, making it somewhat different than what you would expect with this series. So that's something I wanted, and something in the end, you know, one thing I always like about movies or television is a character-based cliffhanger or character-based spin. You know, I love character development, so that's something I totally did in this series. I developed a lot of characters here and made a spin on a lot of characters. So some characters that begin in this series change totally in the end of this series, and you know, I guess it's not who you expect to be, I would say, by the end of the story. So I do like that about it. And again, I would say there's 3 major twists, and that's what I like about this. Is by the end, there's total twists that I hope you guys, if you read it or whatever, you guys are shocked by. Alright, so what I wanted to do, I wanted to read the first 2 pages to kind of give you an idea what it's all about. Of course, not reading the whole thing, don't want to spoil that much, but I did want to read the first 2 pages. The first 2 pages actually introduces our 2 main characters. Our main character, his name is Invulnerable. Again, it's supposed to be that parodizing, oh, that I would say generic name for a reason, don't worry. And the opening scene is actually a very generic superhero opening scene for a reason. And let's get to it. So, exterior outside a bank, day. The streets are quiet, but suddenly a red car comes zooming down the city street. There are two bank robbers who are about to get away with stealing millions of dollars. Invulnerable, mid-30s, wearing a classic superhero costume, runs in a flash to catch up with the bank robbers. He reaches the side of the car and smirks at the robbers. Invulnerable. Hey. Bank robber number 1. Dude, go faster. Bank robber number 2. I'm going as fast as this damn piece of junk will allow me. Invulnerable. You know I could have flipped this car a long time ago, but it's always fun to see the bad guys banter. Bank robber number 1. Shit. Invulnerable flips the car over, and the cops start to arrest the two robbers. The news outlets start running to Invulnerable to interview him. Invulnerable, that was amazing. Thank you for saving us again. Saving the day again. Invulnerable. It's all in a day's work. My job is to protect the innocent, and I'm never going to let anyone down. Invulnerable gives his classic smiles to the camera, and more news reporters start swarming around him. So now we're going to meet our main character, Casey. Casey's house, day. It's a regular suburban home. The kitchen has a modern look to it, and there's a small television on the counter. The television's turned on to the morning news. Casey, 60-year-old girl, pretty dressed in stylish clothing, is eating her breakfast. She stares at the television with a aggravated look. I picture her just doing this, it's kind of very aggravated because, we'll see. Invulnerable saves the day again. This is what the news report is saying. Invulnerable saves the day again. Is there anything this man can't do? Back to you, John. Casey, frustratingly turns off the television. Mom, I'm going to school. Casey takes her backpack and heads for the door. Now, the reason she is very frustrated is because, and I could say this, the title is called Like Father, Like Daughter, is because that is her father. So my idea of this was that, again, this is just a short premise of what the series is about. My idea was to make the father leave them. The father left when she was like 7 years old to be a superhero. Of course, there's more story to that, but she's angry. She has to see her father as a celebrity, the only superhero in the world, and left her. And so it's kind of like a deadbeat dad that you're always seeing over and over again. So that's kind of a premise of the story, and of course there's more story to that, but that's a little bit of a premise to it. And those are the first 2 pages. Still have to edit it and everything, but that's kind of like the general idea. And I want to make it very generic, but also introduce our main character, who is Casey. So yeah, those are pretty much the whole story about the script. I'm doing more to it, and I just want to give my ideas of what it was, and just show my experience of how it was to write my first screenplay, and kind of tell you my idea about it, and of course making a comic book type screenplay. But hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno, and I hope you enjoyed this different type video, and this again is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and the Rent Situations, and don't forget to like my Facebook page, and I will see you guys later.